boys and girls, let's get ready for writing. Let's go over our objectives for today. The student will know how to develop drafts into a focused, structured, and coherent writing piece. The student will understand how to write a final draft of an opinion writing paragraph. The student will be able to write using newly acquired basic vocabulary and content-based grade level vocabulary. Reviewing the writing process, we have completed our pre-write and our planning. We have done our writing or drafting. We have revised, and now we're on step 4, which is editing. So let's watch a quick editing and opinion writing video.
Opinion Writing for Kids, Episode 8, Editing Your Writing. Editing means fixing mistakes in your writing. You will check to make sure you have spaces between each word, correct capitalization, correct punctuation, and your best spelling. Let's start with my first page of writing. I will use a checklist to make sure I am checking each item on my list. This page says, "Do you like books about animals? If so, you should read The Tale of Peter Rabbit by Beatrix Potter. It is a fantastic book." Let's see, do I have a space between each word? Check. Do I have capital letters in the correct places? Wait a minute. Titles of books should be capitalized. Much better. Check. Do I have correct punctuation? Check. Did I use my best spelling? Check. Now I'm ready to check the next page. It is a story about a naughty rabbit named Peter who doesn't listen to his mom. Let's see, I have spaces between my words. I used capital letters at the beginning of each sentence and at the beginning of Peter's name. Punctuation. Wait, this sentence isn't a question. I meant to use a period. There we go. And I used my best spelling. Great. Next page. He is supposed to gather blackberries with his siblings, but instead he sneaks into a garden and gets into a lot of trouble. I see spaces. I see capital letters where they belong. I see correct punctuation. My spelling, wait, that's not how you spell with. It has a TH on the end. Perfect. I'm going to keep checking each page with my checklist until all of my writing is its very best. Thank you for watching this series about opinion writing. Be sure to subscribe to Teaching Without Frills for more teaching videos.
Right, just like in the video, you are going to be using this editing checklist. So after you have completed your writing paragraph and you have finished your revising, we're going to check it for editing. So step 1 is, do I have a fitting title? Make sure you have decided on your title and it is a good title to fit what you're writing about. 2, do all of my sentences start with capital letters? So make sure you check your capitalization. Number 3, do all my sentences end with the correct punctuations? Do I have a period at the end or an exclamation point or a question mark if I'm asking a question? 4, have I spelled all my words correctly? We are using computers, and so it is easy to find out if you have misspelled a word. Just open a new Google page on your computer and type in the word, and a lot of times it will let you know if it's spelled correctly or incorrectly. 5, have I used the correct grammar? Make sure your sentences say what you mean to say. And number 6, does each sentence provide a complete thought? So we know that a complete sentence has to have a subject and a verb. So do I have a complete sentence? So here are some proofreading marks. If you noticed in the video, she used some proofreading marks. So the most common proofreading marks are the 3 lines for capitalization. So in this example over here, it says Calvin yelled. Well, Calvin is a proper noun and it should always be capitalized because it's someone's name. So when you're writing and you're editing a paper, you just put 3 lines to let yourself know that when I rewrite this, when I prepare this for publishing, I'll make it a capital letter. This slash means lowercase. So here in the example, they made the word present capitalized, and it does not need to be. So they put a slash through it, again, to just remind themselves that when I get ready to publish, I will make that a lowercase letter. This symbol stands for delete when you want to take something out. And this symbol stands for insert missing words. This symbol also stands for insert. So if you notice, these are the same symbol. But when I want to insert a word, I write the correct word above it. And when I want to insert the correct punctuation, I can add it below it. The circle stands for spelled correctly. That means you need to go back and check it and spell it correctly later. In your published piece, make sure it's spelled correctly. Fix incomplete sentences. That's what INC stands for, to let yourself know that sentence is incomplete. Fix run-ons, RO. This is to indicate that you are starting a new paragraph. And the last one says VT, which is for your verb tense. So if your writing is in present tense and then you notice you switch to past tense, then you need to fix that when you're editing. So let's take a look at an example. We're going to, as I'm reading this passage of this paragraph, I want you to look for mistakes. If this was your writing and we're in the editing stage, what would you be fixing? What symbols would you use? Anthony visits Nick. On Sunday, Anthony went over to Nick's house to play basketball. They played a game of one-on-one. Anthony made 6 baskets, but Nick made 8. Nick was the winner. After the game, both boys went inside to have some snacks and watch television. So let's take a look at the answers. So here's my editing. So Sunday, we know, is a proper noun. It names the day of the week. I have to capitalize it. So for your capitalizing proofreading marks, we use those 3 lines. So those 3 lines mean capitalized. Here it says Anthony went over to Nick's house. We know that we use an apostrophe S to show ownership. That he's going to whose house? Nick's house. The house belongs to Nick. So I have to use an apostrophe S. And here's my insert symbol and my apostrophe. They played a game. Game is spelled incorrectly, so we circle it to remind ourselves to fix it. And then I wrote above it the correct way to spell game. Anthony made 6 baskets, but Nick made 8. So here, but is spelled incorrectly, but I can use the delete mark and take that off. So remember the delete? You can just use delete and take the E off because but is just BUT. And here's a mistake that I'm just not seeing while I'm reading it. It should have a 3 lines under because guess what? Nick is a proper noun. That's the little boy's name. So 3 lines to indicate capitalization. Nick made 8. So here I inserted a period because that's the end of the sentence. Nick was the winner. After the game, both boys went. They spelled went W-H-E-N-T, which is incorrect. So I used the delete mark to take out the H. We do not need an H in the word went. They went inside to have some snacks. Inside is a compound word. It is 2 words put together to make one. So I circled it for incorrect spelling, and then above it, I wrote inside as a compound word. Inside to have some snacks. And remember we talked about this up here? That apostrophe S shows ownership. Well, snacks can't own anything, so it should not be an apostrophe S. It just means more than one. We had snacks. We had cookies, and we had chips, and we had beverages and fruit snacks. So I do not need an apostrophe S. So I use the delete mark to take it out. Okay? And that is how you use proofreading marks to help you with your editing. All right, boys and girls, you are going to use these strategies that you just used. Jump back into your writing piece, edit it, see what errors that you made that can be fixed using proofreading marks. Good luck, writers.